Retail climate was ready for a change too. So going around and previewing all the collections, we saw color across the board in America or Italy or Paris or London. So the new we think to wear is in the office. In America, I mean, I think that a lot of women think, oh my goodness, I'm going to the office in America.
Women are.
They are. They have to really make more of an effort. You have to think more about it. I have to wear my nice navy suit. And what's new this season
is color for day.
But I think every woman in the world owns America.
So in other words, you can maybe do bright yellow or bright orange or bright
pink. It's not I think that people have been slightly frightened of women.
Yeah, so that but you do get that real uplift of a feeling.
It makes you feel good and gives you a lift, and it's new. And fall is the time when you want something new.
So here we're seeing here the yellow. So in other words, it doesn't have to be all bright, because some women are a little timid about wearing all the bright colors. Absolutely, but they mix it together. Sure, and you take what you had from before, which is black or whatever, and put your red coat or your orange coat over. Aha, now you just brought something up.
Absolutely, yes. It's not quite so short and tight as it has been.
All right, Anna, great to see you.
Thank you,
Fun
Joan.
issue.
Thank
Fun
you
going
very
through my
much.
research last night. Good Morning America continues in just a moment. Stay with us.
Today's fashion report has been brought to you by America's Cotton Growers.
Wake up and smell the pussy, America. Hi, Larry Eastside, Dyke, and yours for the Media Lesbian Flashcards. Damn lesbians, a coined phrase by our friend Jesse Helms. He phrased this moment during the Roberta Eckenberg nomination. When later asked to explain what he meant by damn lesbian, he said, she's not a garden variety lesbian, she's a political activist mean lesbian. Jesse, what kind of grammar is that? Anyway, henceforth, we will be known as Pam. Not to be confused with Dam, who are our mercenary sisters who go from party to party and club to club, supplying our frisky sisters with their safe sex needs and latex apparel. Garden variety lesbians, also known as green thumb lesbians, are not very political, but they're very good around the garden, and they do mostly drive little dyke pickups, LDPs. Mean lesbians. Let's see, an example of a mean lesbian. Eileen Warnos, hothead paisan, or you out there. Which brings us to our newest and latest trend-setting type of lesbian, the faux lesbian. These are women very over. That's dyke life. That's me for Dyke TV. Till next time, Lower East Side. Take good care. Dyke. 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 Dyke.
Pulitzer Prize winner Susan Faludi.
Delusion, false myths. Ms. Faludi says it's dangerous to live in a meme. I wanted to know how we can wake up and move on.
The victims, quote unquote, presented in the media were over and over the 9/11 widows, particularly if they behaved like helpless homemakers and went on Larry King Live and other shows and said that.
No, of course the government's doing everything and I trust the government.
But not the widowers.
Right, yes, no, it was... because the victim must be this particular kind of frail woman. But the minute that the widows began to challenge the party line, they were denounced. The Jersey Girls demanded that the government explain the decisions and missteps that led up to 9/11. They almost single-handedly forced the creation of the 9/11 Commission. They should have been honored for their patriotic service. Instead, government officials told them basically to shut up and quote-unquote trust the government. And the conservative media went wild, calling them hysterics, quote-unquote rock stars of grief, and were told to keep their mouths closed.
So we shouldn't keep our mouths closed?
Right, yes, no, it was...
Americans just refuse to confront the truth. And that's where we must start. We have to begin to deal with the real world even when we don't like it. And even when it does not fit our mythic notions of how we should be as a people.
Once you know your season, then you'll know Janet. Here's Janet, our summer Janet.
Janet has a distinct blue undertone to her skin with visible pink in her skin tone.
Very pink to shades of pinky beige.
Can you see how it yellows her skin?
That's her color.
Now let's try a few other colors on Janet. Here's Janet in terracotta. Ooh, she looks almost as orange as a pumpkin. Janet, and here she is in powder pink, which has a blue base, and it looks gorgeous. Janet's pink skin tone is truly flattered by pastel and dusty colors with blue undertones. Colors like cadet blue, deep blue-green, purple, blue-gray, yeah.
As I look at these four beautiful women, I can see that Mother Nature has given us some great women. We can be as radiant as she is. And all it takes is a few minutes a day, eh? Here's Sandy without makeup, radiant. This is how Vivian looked without her makeup, radiant. Janet looked like Janet without her makeup, radiant.
See how great she looks? So practice and use the techniques you've learned from this tape and discover how beautiful you can be. When you color yourself beautiful.
On the other hand, if you don't have any power or say in a society, and this kind of applies to all of us, you know, the Gulf War really happened. And to see the world enter into this cataclysm because one guy stood toe-to-toe with another guy and the two of them went all the way and we don't know how much further it will go, in fact, it's pretty terrifying. When I say that there must be some symbolic importance in that control of a weapon, I'm saying that there's something more to it than, of course, the historical.
Well, I do like control. Yeah, you can do this, and he will believe in yourself. Start writing.
It's been quite a week, hasn't it? Yeah.
There's always something on the verge of happening.
And this has been a very charged issue. The whole
They are kind of, the parties are kind of moving along, maintaining themselves, or itself. I mean, to some extent, people are right when they say there's very little difference between the parties. They are the consensus party, but, seem to be getting right. What?
The absence of connection that people feel.
You think there's a hunger on the part of America for something new that explains?
Yeah, I think there's a big yearning toward some more kind of, I don't know what. Connection. Yeah, the seeing it is what tells it to me. I mean, I can't possibly think of something I haven't seen. Defines it for me. Yeah. Once I see it, then I don't have to see it for too long. But I don't like to be part of it. I mean, I just like to look at it.
Joan Didion, and after Henry, we'll take a break. When we come, Joan will be joined by John Gregory Dunn. Stay with us.
Thank you.
But in a lot of the conservative religious groups, they don't bother with that at all. It's, the woman will obey, she'll stay home, and it's going to be like it was. And somehow or another in that, we'll find security and we'll come out of this storm and the dollar will rise again.